Hello everyone, I am the Sports Wiz 101, and today I'll be giving you my predictions for Week 13 of the NFL season. Hope everyone out there is having a happy Thanksgiving, a good holiday weekend, as we look to build off a week where we went 9-4. Predict all those games set to take place this week, with all 32 teams in action. Let's get started. First up, we got my Kansas City Chiefs. They'll be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in the Black Friday game. The Chiefs, of course, narrowly beating the Carolina Panthers. Now, that's why I usually don't make the Chiefs my lock of the week. When I do, it usually does not go well for me. But hey, in this case, it wound up leading to a Chiefs win, so yay. This time they take on the Raiders. I'm not making it my lock of the week, but I'm going to tell you I'm pretty confident in the Chiefs to get this win. Despite the fact that it is the Raiders, quarterbacked by Aiden O'Connell, on a holiday at Arrowhead. And the last time that happened was a day I'll always want to forget. But the way the Raiders offense is playing, I don't care who's at quarterback for the Raiders, that offense is not good. I think the Chiefs defense bounces back from the bad couple of weeks they've had, and the Chiefs go on to win, and it'll be one step towards getting a playoff spot, because they can lock up a playoff spot with a win and a Dolphins loss. I'll tell you if I think the Dolphins lose later on. Looking on to Sunday, we got the Colts and the Patriots going at it in Foxborough. This feels like a must-win for Indy if they want to stay in the AFC playoff picture, and I think they do win it. I think Anthony Richardson has a couple of big plays to lead the Colts to the road victory. Drake May will make some good throws as well, but I think the Colts do just enough to get past the Patriots. Speaking of must-wins, that's what the Bengals have coming off a bye against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think the Bengals are going to be extremely motivated, and I think they're going to pull it out. I think they're going to win this one coming off the bye against a Steelers team that just lost to Cleveland. So yeah, I'm taking Cincinnati there. Texans, Jaguars. This one's my lock of the week. I'm taking Houston. Yes, they're taking on a Jaguars team coming off a bye, but it is still a Jaguars team that is among the worst in football. I'm currently going with the assumption that this is once again a game where Trevor Lawrence does not play, but even if he does, I don't think this is a game that Jacksonville can win, if I'm being perfectly honest. So yeah, I'll take the Texans in my lock of the week. Broncos and Browns going at it Monday night in Denver. Cleveland coming off of a big win this past week against the Steelers in the Thursday night game. But I don't think you're going to go to Denver and knock off a Broncos team that's been playing some pretty good football. I think the Broncos defense can shut down Jameis Winston and company, and I think Denver gets the home victory. Now we get to the interconference matchups, starting with the Thanksgiving showdown between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Both teams will be looking at this in a similar fashion as a must-win type game. That being said, I'll take Green Bay because I still believe that when the weather gets cold, the Dolphins are not that good. I think this game will be played in conditions favorable to the Packers. I think Green Bay will take advantage to get the win. Of course, couple that with my Chiefs prediction earlier, I do think the Chiefs lock up a playoff spot. Next game is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Falcons at home over the Chargers. This is a Chargers team that's going to be without J.K. Dobbins, their top running back. Now, granted, it's still a Chargers team that I think will want to run the ball, but I'm not sure they're going to have much success against the Falcons. Of course, that Charger defense is still pretty good, but I think Atlanta can attack it. I think Atlanta will have some success, and I think Atlanta will get the victory. Huge victory in their chances of getting the NFC South title, of course. Seahawks and Jets. New York coming off a bye. I look at Seattle, I think they're going to have to depend on the run game. I think they're going to have to depend on getting the ball to Kenneth Walker, especially against this Jets defense that has been weaker to the run than they have against the pass. If you're going to attack the Jets defense, you're probably going to want to run the ball. And I still think the Seahawks will have plenty of success there. I think they're going to get the road victory. Titans and Commanders going at it in our nation's capital. I'll take Washington here. They have been in a bit of a slump. I think they break out of it against the Titans. I think their defense has a decent day against Will Levis and company. And I think the offense gets back on track as the Commanders win. Eagles and Ravens will go at it in Baltimore. I'll take the Ravens here. Yes, the Eagles have shown to be on fire. It's mostly been the Saquon Barkley show in Philly from what I've seen. But that's not exactly a good thing when you're taking on a Ravens defense that's been pretty good at stopping the run. I mean, and then you throw in the fact that Lamar Jackson is, 20-1 against the NFC? Yeah, I'm taking Baltimore to get that win. Then it's a Sunday night game, the 49ers and the Bills going at it at Orchard Park in the home of the Buffalo Bills. And Buffalo, they're in that race for home field in the AFC. Their defense, I feel like Christian McCaffrey could have a big game against that Bills defense, but the injuries for the 49ers, I'm going to blame that for why my upset of the week got wrong last week. I picked the 49ers last week against the Packers, not knowing that they were going to have a bunch of people injured, not knowing that they weren't going to have Brock Purdy, not knowing that they weren't going to have Nick Bosa. I believe they were missing Charvarius Ward as well, some of their best players. I am not taking that chance with the 49ers this week. So I'm going to take the Bills to get the win at home over whoever the 49ers are suiting up this week. Then we get to the NFC matchups. We got a couple of Thanksgiving matchups. Bears and Lions. This one's interesting because Chicago is a team that has been playing better football, even if they're not showing it in the win column, ever since they fired their offensive coordinator. And this is a Lions team that has tended to struggle on Thanksgiving Day. That being said, I'm still taking Detroit. I think they win a closer game than you might expect against the Bears, just because I think the Lions know how to execute in those close game situations. The Bears, I think, still learning how to execute in those situations. I'll take the Lions. Giants, Cowboys. This one does not look good on paper. I believe it's Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush is going to be the quarterback matchup. Ew, first of all. That being said, I do still think the Cowboys win at home against the Giants. The Giants just aren't a good offense, no matter who the quarterback is. I think the Cowboys can at least move the ball with Cooper Rush as the quarterback. So yeah, I'm taking Dallas. On to Sunday, you got the Cardinals and the Vikings going at it in Minneapolis. This one could be a good one, but ultimately I think the Vikings win it. Cardinals have been too up and down, too erratic, I guess you could say, for me to want to pick them. I think that Vikings defense can do some things against that Cardinal offense. Might force a couple turnovers out of them. And yeah, I think Minnesota gets the win. Rams and Saints. Saints coming off a bye. They have been on fire ever since firing their head coach, Dennis Allen, and going to Rizzi as the interim coach. I think this could be a good one, especially if the Saints are hitting on their deep shots against that Ram pass defense. That Ram secondary is just not that good. But I do think Stafford and the Rams eventually figure it out and they get the win. Last one, we got the Buccaneers and the Panthers. Carolina, they had a great game against my Chiefs just this past week. And now they get Tampa Bay. I get the feeling that Carolina's not going to quite play as good. They might still play it close against the Buccaneers. Gotta think the motivation would still be there for Carolina. But I don't think it'll be enough to beat Baker Mayfield and company. I'm going to take Tampa to get the win. But there you go. There's my picks for week number 13 of the NFL season. If you like this, please like and subscribe for more to come in the following weeks. I've been the Sports Wiz 101, and I will see you all later.